Okay, you guys, so today we're going to do Matthew. It's going to be chapter 8 from verses 5 to 13. This one is the story about the faith of the centurion. So let's go ahead and read and then we'll break that down. So it says, when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. Lord, he said, my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly. Jesus said to him, shall I come and heal him? The centurion replied, Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed and said to those following him, truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west and will take their places at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then Jesus said to the centurion, go, let it be done just as you believe it would. And his servant was healed at that moment. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so let's go back and break this down. So there was a centurion who had a servant. His servant was ill. He was paralyzed and suffering, right? He was at home. So the centurion, of course, knowing, of Jesus, goes to Jesus and requests that Jesus heals his servant. So Jesus asked him if should I come to heal him? So he was willing to go to the home of the servant to heal him. But the centurion said, Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. Jesus was amazed by what the centurion had said because it showed so much faith that he believed in Jesus so much that he didn't even need Jesus's presence in his home to heal his servant. He just believed that once Jesus said his servant was healed, he would be healed. That amount of faith actually, amazed Jesus that someone actually believed in that power so much. But here's the beauty. This is what the centurion says. He says, for I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. He recognized that he has authority. He has authority. When he tells his servants to do something, they do it. Some of you have to come to the realization that God has given you the authority to speak things into existence, to do things, and it will come forth. But you are not using that authority that he has given you. You have to use your authority. He recognized that he had authority over, his soldiers to tell this one to go and to tell that one to stay, to do this and to do that. So he knew that he didn't need to, have Jesus come to his house. He didn't need all these things because he wanted to walk in that authority that was given to him by God. So he said all he needed Jesus was to do was basically say that his servant was healed, and he believed that the servant would be healed. And Jesus then replied and says, go, let it be done just as you believed it would. And his servant was healed at that moment. So Jesus never saw the servant, never went to his home, nothing. He just said it would be done, and the servant was healed at that very moment. But what was more important was the fact that he said, let it be done just as you believed it would. The centurion believed that if Jesus said that his servant would be healed, he didn't even have to go to the servant's home, he would be healed. So he believed it, and because of his belief, his servant was healed. That is radical faith right there. That is blind faith right there. And this is what God wants us to have. And he wants us to use our authority in knowing that whatever we say goes. Now, some of us don't have the authority that we desire simply because it won't be used correctly. He, as the centurion's authority over his soldiers wasn't used maliciously. Okay, when he told one to go, when he told one to come, when he told one to do this, it wasn't to, just to rule over them as king. And that's the problem. Most people have authority, but they don't use their authority right. This man, as you can tell, actually cared about his servants. Why? Because he went to Jesus, who he knew could heal the servant, and believed that his servant would be healed the moment that Jesus spoke the healing over his servant, and he didn't need to come. Another thing it shows is that he was humble. Even though this man had authority over the soldiers and over his servants, and he could tell this one to do whatever he wanted, he still said to Jesus, I do not deserve to have you under my roof. So he knew his authority over others, but he also knew how to be humble before those who had authority over him. These are a lot of things that most of us have to learn. We have to learn how to be humble, but we also have to learn how to use our authority. But most of all, we also have to have faith, even if it's blind faith, when we can't see what's going on, when we can't see what's going to happen, when we can't see. Jesus going to say, hey, this man is healed. And then, he goes back to the servant's home and the servant is still sick, or the servant done died. Like, and he would have got back like, hold on, I thought Jesus said he was going to be healed, and now the servant dead. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, that didn't happen. His faith alone was part of the reason why, his servant was healed at that moment. Because the fact that he even amazed Jesus by saying that, it was just like, okay, wow, this person has a lot of faith. That's why he replied and said, go, let it be done just as you believed it would. That's what he said to the centurion. Go, let it be done just as you believed it would. The same way the centurion believed that once Jesus spoke those words, his servant would be healed. It happened just as he believed. So what does God want us to have as we go into the weekend? Believe. He will give us the desires of our hearts. But of course, we know, some people take it out of context. They believe that the desires of their hearts are things that would, make themselves happy, but it will hurt others. No, God is not going to give you something to hurt somebody else because you desire it. There has to be purpose behind what you're desiring. There has to be purpose. But if there's purpose behind it, and it's not something that's selfish, that's just only going to bless you, but also bless those attached to you, then he has no problem at all giving it to you. So when it comes to those things, have enough faith. Believe that it will happen, and it will happen. Okay? Believe and have faith. And that's the word for today, you guys. It's a quick, short word for you guys to start your weekend off. And that's about it. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.